So let us discuss about the use callback. Okay. So we have discussed about the all other hooks: use state, use effect, use context, use ref. Okay. Now we will discuss about the use callback. When we have to use the use callback. Okay. First we will see the problem and then we will see the solution why we have to use the callback. Okay. So this use callback will return a memorized callback function because it will not recreate the function again and again. It will return the previous function itself. If there is any change only, then only it will create a new function. Okay, otherwise it will return the previous function itself. Okay, so let us see the problem here. So here we have a one component called callback parent. Okay, so inside the parent, if you are seeing here, so we have written a callback demo, and here we have written a two state variables. So this is one state variable we are taking as a results. Okay, and for example we have taken only two exam results, and here we have a total, and inside the total we are having like a, so this is like a total subjects. So currently we are having only 0. So this is the two values. Okay, and we are writing one console.log statement for checking here. Okay, and we are writing one function. Whenever we are clicking a button, here we have a one button, increment button. So whenever you are clicking this increment button, we are incrementing this total subjects. Okay, and this is the one. And apart from this, we are using one child component. Okay, so this child whatever the results are there, we want to print these results in the child. That is the reason we are writing a use callback child, and we are passing child as a, like whatever the results we are having it, we are passing that results to my child as a props. Okay. And if I open my child component, this is very simple component. Here I am taking only one property, that is nothing but a results. Okay, so my parent is providing the results and we are taking as a results, and we are writing one console.log statement for only printing purpose. Okay, and inside the return statement we are just writing only like a, what is the length, total length. Okay, and we are having one button add results, but we are not doing anything with the add results. This is the setup. Okay, now let us see the problem now. Okay, so this is, if you see the use callback child is there, right? This child is depending on the only one variable. What is that variable? Results. This child is depending on only one variable, that is nothing but a results. Okay, but now I am going to click on the increment. Okay, so there are two tables, like one is the total, that is the results. I am going to click on the increment of the total subjects. Whenever I'm clicking the increment here, and if you see in the right side, see what is happening. First parent is re-rendering. Okay, so why it is re-rendering means, if you see here, whenever you are clicking a button, what is the on click, what you are doing here, you are calling the set total marks. In the set total, what is the uh, state variable you are calling it a set total. Whenever there is a state variable changes, automatically what will happen? React component will re-render. Re-render means it will execute from top to bottom. Whenever it is executing top to bottom, again our child components also will re-render. That is the reason here child is getting a re-render. Okay, but the problem here is this use callback demo child is there, right? This child is not at all depending on the total property. If you see this total property, my child is not at all depending on the this total property. So go and check it here. Okay, this child is not at all depending on the total property, right? So whenever there is a change in any other property also, still this component is re-rendering, right? Suppose here we are loading some table data and we are doing some calculation. Whenever it is re-rendering, again it loading the data, everything will reoccur, right? To stop this process, first we need to stop this process. Okay, to stop this process, what we can do, what is the property you are taking? Only results. That is the reason here we can take like a memo function. So what is the function name? Memo, and I can write like this. Okay, in the child I am writing like a memo and import it from the React library. Okay, now I have imported from the React library. File, save all. Okay, now let us verify it in the code. So now let us click on the increment. See here, I will click on again. See, always it is executing parent only. Now child is not executing. It solved our problem or not? So whenever we are taking a props as an argument, and if my property is not changes, we are not reloading the data. So how are you doing? Using the memo component, like using the memo function. This solves the problem. Okay, this is one problem, like it solves the problem. Now let us try to do this. Now what we want to do is, whenever I want to click add results, I want to add one results to my parent component. Okay, I want to add my results to my parent component. If you want to do like this, then what you have to do now? first we need to write a click listener for here. Okay, but results where it is available, results in the parent. Now we want to propagate data from child to parent. How can you propagate child to parent using the props only? So that is the reason here I will write another function. Okay, on add results, something like this. Okay, this is the function I am writing. So now whenever we are taking a props, now parent should pass that data, right? That is the reason we'll say on add results is equal to, we will write one function here, we'll write like a on add results, but there is no function with on add results here, right? That is the reason I will write like a function on add results. Okay, open and close bracket. Okay, now we are adding like a, so here what we are trying to do, we are calling this results and we are writing like this array bracket. This dot 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 is for spread operator, copying all the old values to new array, and finally we are adding a 100 as a new value. This is okay. Okay, and save it and let us try to see this time. Okay, I will click on add results. See here, let me file save all, file save all. So now I have saved 2 files. Let me click on add results. Why this 3 is not happening? Let us see whether you are using it in the child or not. You have add results, but you are not linking with the button. Let us link with the button. How can you link the button? On click is equal to some button name. Okay, now file save all. Now whenever we are clicking here, automatically we are calling the parent method. Parent method updates the state. Whenever state is updating, again this component will re-render. Okay, let's see this time. Okay, so let us reload here. Okay, add results. Now 3 4. Whenever we are incrementing this variable, we are changing the data or not. See, child is executing, child is executing. This is perfectly fine. Now we will go to our old problem. I will click on increment. Whenever I am clicking increment, see now demo is calling again or not. Now you are using the memo component already in the child, but still it is reloading the data or not. This is the problem because of this function. Okay, what will happen is whenever you are clicking this one, your parent component will re-render, right? Whenever your parent component re-renders, okay, so what it will do, it will execute from top to bottom. This is the function we are writing here, right? This function will be destroyed. It will be creating a new function. Whenever it is creating a new function, it will, like the old function is destroyed, right? So that is the reason your child will reload the data. Okay, if you want to stop this type of things, then we have to go for a hook. What is the hook we have to go for? Use callback. Okay, now we will use a use callback. I'll go to here, and whatever the callback I'm writing, like, right, I will convert into like this constant. Okay, what is my variable name here? On results. I'll cut it here and I will add it. Okay, and I will use, like, what is the hook we want to use it? Use callback. Okay, use callback. It will take it 2 arguments. First is a function, second is a array. Okay, so I will say first is a function and open bracket and a close bracket, and second is a array. Okay, so inside this function I am going to write whatever the code I have written here. I will copy here and I will add it. Okay, and now I will remove this method. Okay, now this is fine, right? But here this array, what is a variable we are working? Results variable. So whatever the variable you are working inside, you need to copy that variable name and pass it as a dependency array. Okay, now what will happen is whenever there is a change, automatically this function will be created. If there is no change, this use callback will return a catched function. It will return a function. Okay, yes, now we will file save all. The remaining everything is same. We are passing this as argument. Let's go to again here. Let us increment here. See whether parent is child is calling or not. No, only parent is re-rendering. We are able to stop the re-rendering of child, right? So it will improve the performance. This use callback will definitely will improve the performance. We will not use the re-rendering process. Definitely it will improve it. Okay, to improve the performance, we are using the two. We have attached 2 things first. First we are writing use callback. In second, in child component we are using memo also. Both we can combine it. There is no problem at all. Okay, yes, so this process, this hook is nothing but a use callback.